Chapter 7: Magnetism and Electricity. Learning Objectives. First, laws and properties of magnetism. Second, types of magnets. Third, tests of a magnet. Fourth, electromagnetism. Fifth, electromagnets and their applications. Sixth, electric bell. Seventh, electric current as a flow of charges. Eighth, electric cell, a source of electricity. Ninth, resistors. 10th, symbolic respiration of electric currents. 11th, simple electric current, series and parallel. 12th, battery, a combination of cells. 13, good and bad conductors of electricity. Magnetism. You all have played with magnetic toys and are still fascinated by some of the latest toys and gadgets using magnets. You have also learned some properties of magnets in earlier classes, but do you know how magnets were discovered? There is an interesting story about the discovery of magnets. About 3000 years ago, a shepherd named Magnus used to take his herd of sheep for grazing to a nearby mountain. The stick, which was used by him to control the sheep, had a small piece of iron. One day, his stick got attached to a rock and he had to pull it hard to free it. It appeared that the rock attracted the iron tip of the shepherd's stick. This rock was later found to be magnetite. This magnetite contains iron. It is said that magnetite was first discovered by people of Magnesia. It is the reason that the substances having the property of attracting iron are known as magnets. Types of magnets. There are two types of magnets, such as natural and artificial. The natural magnets are found in nature. For example, magnetite and loadstone are known as natural magnets. Natural magnets have low magnetic power as they are found in impure state, or these are found only in a few pieces of the world. Artificial magnets are prepared by man. The magnet found in rock did not have any regular shape and size, but now man has developed several mechanisms to prepare magnets in different shapes and sizes. These magnets are very strong in magnetic properties. Artificial magnets are found in different shapes such as bar magnet, horseshoe magnet, cylindrical and a ball-ended magnet. Properties of magnets. Properties of magnet are broadly divided into two classes. First, attractive properties. Second, directive properties. Attractive properties. A magnet attracts small pieces of iron towards itself. This is known as attractive property of magnets. Similarly, take a horseshoe magnet and do the same observation. Report what you have observed. This shows that magnetic force is strong at the end and weak at the center of a magnet. Directive properties of a magnet. The two poles of a magnet are named as north and south pole. If a magnet is held freely, one end will direct towards the north direction. This is called as north pole. The other end points towards the south direction. This is called south pole. Thus, the magnets have the property to indicate directions. Other properties of magnets are given below. Third, every magnet always has two poles, however small it may be. The pole pointed towards north is called north pole, and pole pointed towards south is called south pole. If we break a bar magnet from the middle, we will get two pieces of magnet. When we suspend freely, these two pieces will behave like independent magnets and points towards north and south as stated in activity 3. If we break it further, we again get independent magnets as is clear from the figure given below. Each of the broken pieces will have a north pole and a south pole. Thus, we can say that isolated poles do not exist. Fourth, repulsion and attraction of poles. Now bring the north pole of the magnet in your hand towards the north pole of the suspended magnet. You will observe that the two magnets repel each other. If you bring south pole of the magnet in your hand towards south pole of the suspended magnet, again the two magnets will repel each other. This shows that like poles repel each other and unlike poles attract. Now, if instead of a magnet, you take an ordinary iron bar in your hand and take it towards the two poles of the suspended magnet, turn by turn, you will observe that the suspended magnet is attracted towards the iron bar. In both the cases, the suspended magnet also attracts the opposite poles of another magnet. So, by observing the attraction, we cannot say that both the two bars or two objects are magnets. But if an object repels other object, then definitely the two objects are magnets. Thus, we can say that repulsion is the sure test of magnetism. Magnetic compass. The magnetic compass is a simple device which is used to know the direction of the earth. The magnetic compass contains a magnetic needle. At the center, pivotal point, a box. It is free to move. The north pole of the magnetic needle always points towards the north direction, which is very helpful to navigators to identify the direction in mid-sea, night, and on a cloudy day. Magnetic field of a magnet. Lines of force. Magnets extract a force on magnetic substances placed near them. The region around magnet where its force can be experienced is called its magnetic field. The lines along which the fillings have arranged themselves are known as magnetic lines of force. This run from north pole of a magnet to the south pole. We can define a magnetic line of force as the path which an imaginary north pole will take when placed in the field of another magnet. We can also plot the magnetic lines of force on a paper using a bar magnet as described below. Electromagnetism. In 1820, Hans Christian Ørsted demonstrated an experiment which proved that when electric current flows through a conductor, a magnetic field is produced around it. The phenomenon of electric current producing a magnetic field is called electromagnetism. Let us do an activity. Magnetic field due to current in a straight conductor. We have seen in a previous activity that a magnetic field is produced around a conductor through which electric current flows. When current flows through a straight conductor, we get a well-defined pattern of magnetic lines of force as demonstrated in the following activity. Rules to find the direction of magnetic field. The direction of the magnetic field is given by the right-hand grip rule. The right-hand grip rule stands that if you assume to hold the current-carrying wire in your hand in such a way that the thumb points along the direction of the current, then the direction in which figures coil give the direction of the magnetic field. It is also clear that if direction of the current in the wire is reversed, then the direction of magnetic lines around that wire is also reversed. Magnetic field due to a current carrying solenoid. A solenoid is a cylindrical coil of a number of tightly wound turns of a conducting insulated wire. When a current is passed through a solenoid, a magnetic field is developed in it. The pattern of magnetic field is a solid. Can be explained with the help of the following activity, where a current is passed through a circular coil. Polarity of magnetic field of a solenoid. As studied earlier, we know that a solenoid through which a current is passed behaves like a bar magnet. If suspended freely, it will align itself in north-south direction. It shows it has the two poles like a bar magnet. The end of the solenoid in which the current flows in anti-clockwise direction acts as north pole, and the end at which current flows in clockwise direction acts as south pole, as shown in the figure given below. This is known as clock rule. Electromagnets. A coil wound around an iron core which acts as a magnet as long as an electric current flows through the coil is called an electromagnet. The more the current flowing through the coil, more powerful is the electromagnet. Similarly, more the number of turns in the coil, more is the current and stronger is the magnetic field. A permanent magnet may be prepared by placing a steel or alnico alloy of Al, aluminium, Ni, nickel and Co, cobalt core in a closed coil carrying current. Electromagnets are generally made into two shapes. First, straight or I-shaped electromagnet. Second, horseshoe or U-shaped electromagnet. The following activity will make us understand how electromagnets are made. Strength of an electromagnet. The strength of an electromagnet is the strength of the magnetic field that is produced, as discussed earlier. This strength depends on the following factors. First, the strength of electric current passing through the coil. More the current through the wire, strong is the electromagnet. Second, number of turns of the wire in the electromagnet. Greater the number of turns, greater will be the strength of the electromagnet. Third, the material of the core on which the wire is wound. Uses of an electromagnet. There are numerous uses of an electromagnet. A few of them are given below. Electromagnets are used in many electrical appliances such as electric motors, electric fans, electric bulbs, etc. They are used in electric generators. Electromagnets are used in televisions for deflecting electron beam of the picture tube. They are used in magnetic separation of iron ore from earthly substances. They are used in clinical apparatus to remove magnetic foreign bodies like iron fillings from a patient's body part. They are used to make permanent magnets. Electric bell. Electric bell is an application made by using electromagnets. It consists of a soft iron armature mounted on a springy metal strip placed in front of a U-shaped electromagnet. The electromagnet is made by winding an insulated copper wire of a large number of turns. One end of the insulated copper wire is connected to the terminal T1 of the cell and the other end to the metal strip. The metal strip makes contact with one adjustable contact screw at the contact point. A hammer made up of steel is attached to the armature. It also consists of a gong which is made of brass. When the bell operates, the hammer repeatedly strikes against the gong and produces the sound. The circuit is connected to a battery through a push-button switch. When the switch is pressed, the circuit is completed and a current flows through the electromagnet. The following effects are observed. Electromagnet gets achieved and the soft iron armature is attracted towards the electromagnet. The spring connected the armature comes under tension and the hammer strikes against the gong and produces sound. The movement breaks the circuit at the contact point so that the current stops flowing and switches off the electromagnet. Now, the spring pulls the armature back so that the connect is made again and the circuit is completed. This process continues and sound is produced. Electromagnetic induction. We have learned that an electric current flows through a conductor, produces a magnetic field around it. This phenomenon is called electromagnetism. It was natural to arise in the mind of scientists performing experiments related to electromagnetism that whether the reverse is also true or not. This is, can electric current be produced by a magnetic field? To their astonishment, they found it to be turned. Yes, an electric current is produced in a coil if a magnet is moved inside it. This is experimentally proved by Maclellan, Faraday. Let us do an experiment to understand this. See, current is produced in a coil when a magnet is moved through it. This phenomenon is called electromagnetic induction. Thus, electromagnetic induction is the phenomenon of introducing current by changing the magnetic field in a coil in a closed circuit. Please note that no battery was used in this phenomena and it was only a movement of the magnet inside the coil. The current is induced only during the period of movement of the magnet relative to the coil. This means that if magnet is held stationary and coil is moved, even then the electric current will be induced. If the magnet is held stationary, even inside the coil, no current is induced. It is to be noted that with reversing the direction of movement of the magnet, the direction of the current is also reversed. In fact, the current is induced due to the movement of magnetic lines of force across a conductor. The strength of the induced current depends upon the following three factors. First, the strength of the magnet. This means stronger the magnet, more will be the induced current. Second, the relative speed of the magnet with respect to the coil. More the speed of the magnet, more will be the induced current. Third, number of turns in the coil. More the number of turns in the coil, more will be the magnitude of the induced current. Electricity. In this modern world, electricity is very essential. At every step of life, we need electricity. Electricity is used in domestic, industrial, agricultural, medical, clinical, transportation, and in many other activities. To study, we need light. In summer, we need coolers, fans, etc. And in winters, we need hot air blowers, etc., which run on electricity. There are so many such equipments which work on electricity. You cannot think about your daily life without electricity. Imagine a situation when electricity supply may fall or may not be available at your place. In such a situation, a torch is very useful and convenient for providing light. We switch on the torch to light it up. But where does the torch get electricity from? Electric current. Electric current is always associated with the movement of charges. We know that all matter is made up of atoms. Atoms contain protons and neutrons in their nucleus, and electrons is orbits around the nucleus. Protons are positively charged, electrons are negatively charged, and neutrons have no charge. The electrons in the outermost orbits are loosely bounded and known as free electrons. Under normal conditions, the free electrons move randomly in all directions as shown. However, when electrons are forced to move to flow in a particular direction, they constitute an electric current or electricity. Thus, an electric current is defined as the amount of charge flowing through a given cross section of a conductor in a unit time. Potential differences. We have seen that electrons move randomly under ordinary conditions, but to constitute an electric current, they need to move in some particular direction. The movement in the particular direction is achieved with the application of some forces, just as water maintains its level by flowing from higher level to a lower level till a common level is reached. In the same way, electrons also flow from a higher level to a lower as for water to flow. The two levels in the containers should be at different heights as shown in the figure. Similarly, for electrons to flow, two conductors should be at different levels and called electrical potential. Electric charge will flow from a body at higher potential to a body at lower potential. Conventionally, a positively charged body is considered at higher potential and a negatively charged body is considered to be at lower potential. The earth is considered to be at zero potential. So, the current flows only if there is a potential difference between the two bodies, the higher the potential difference, the greater is the current. Potential difference is measured in SI units in volts. Direction of current. When electricity was discovered, electric current was assumed to be the flow of positive charges, and direction of flow of positive charges when taken to be the direction of the electric current. However, we now know the electric current is flow of electrons and not of positive charges. Still, the direction of electric current is from positive terminal of a cell or body to the negative terminal through the outer circuit. So, in our circuit diagram, we put arrows in the diagram from positive terminal to negative terminal to show the flow of current. Sources of electricity. We have seen electric current flows through a conductor only if there is potential differences between its two ends. This requires some device or arrangement called source of EMF. A source of EMF, electromotive force, is an arrangement which brings about the motion of free electrons in a conductor, or an arrangement which converts some form of energy into electric energy. Some sources of EMF or electricity are electric cells, batteries. Electric means generators and solar cells. Electric cell. An electric cell is a device which produces electricity from the chemicals stored in it. Therefore, it converts chemical energy into electrical energy. Electric cells produce electrical energy from reactions between various chemicals stored in them. You must have seen the electric cells in use in torches, toys, table clocks, transistors, etc. Another form of electric cells is in use today in watches, calculators, and other electronic gadgets. These are in the shape of buttons and are called button cells. The cells have two terminals called as positive terminal and negative terminal. The metal cap of the cell is positive terminal and the metal disc is the negative terminal. When these positive and negative terminals are connected with a metallic wire and joined to a torch bulb, it glows. The electricity flows through the metallic wire to the bulb. These cells are of two types. First, primary cells. Second, secondary cells or accumulators. Primary cells. The primary cell produces electricity from the chemical reaction inside it. When the chemicals in the cells are used up, they do not produce electricity. They cannot be made reversible. Example, they cannot be recharged. These cells have to be disposed of, and new cells are used to get electricity. For example, voltaic cell, dry cell, etc. are examples of primary cells. These cells are used in toys, transistors, clocks, etc. Voltaic cell, dry cell, and Lagrange cell are examples of primary cell. Voltaic cell. Voltaic cell consists of two metallic rods such as zinc and copper. These two rods are placed in a chemical called electrolyte. When these two rods are connected with a metallic wire, current starts flowing. Dry cell. Construction. A dry cell consists of a zinc container. A carbon rod with a brace cap is placed at the center of the cell. This is fitted with a metal cap. The metal cap behaves as the positive terminal. The base of the zinc container acts as the negative terminal. The space around the carbon rod is fitted with a mixture of chemicals like manganese oxide and carbon is a muslin bag. A moist paste of ammonium chloride is used as electrolyte. The container is wrapped with an insulator and its top is properly sealed. Working. The chemicals inside the cell keep on reaching at a slow rate. When a bulb is connected to it, the bulb glows and the chemicals reaction is accelerated. Example, it becomes fat and produces electricity. When the chemicals are used up, the reaction stops and the cell stops working. secondary cell. These cells also produce electricity from the chemical reaction. When the chemicals are used up, then they can be recharged and produce electricity again. The reaction is reversible. This type of cells are used in vehicles like car, buses, etc. Battery. A cell produces very small current and small voltage. However, if we join number of cells in series, one after the another, in such a way that positive terminal of the cell is joined to the negative terminal of other, and then the positive terminal of the first and negative terminal of the last are joined to a device, we get more current and more voltage. Electric circuits and circuit diagrams. Electric circuit. An electric circuit is a path through which current flows. An electric circuit may be a complete electric circuit, closed circuit, or incomplete electric circuit, open circuit. In a closed electric circuit, the current flows from the positive terminal of the source and ends at the negative terminal of the source without any break. The current flows only if the current is complete or closed. When the current is closed, all the elements of the electric circuit start functioning. In an open electric circuit, the electric circuit starts from the positive terminal of the source but does not reach the negative terminal of the source because the circuit is broken at some point. In the open circuit, current does not flow and the elements of the electric circuits do not work. Elements of electric circuit. The parts which constitute an electric current are called elements of electric circuit. All the electric circuits, simple or complex, have the following essential parts. A source of electricity is a cell of a battery. There may be one or more sources in a circuit. Combination of cells may be in series or in parallel. Connecting wires. These are normally conducting materials covered with insulating materials like plastics or rubbers. For example, copper wire, aluminium wire, etc. And appliances. It is a device which uses the current. For example, electric bulb, fan, heater, etc. Key. This is the switch by which we can close the circuit or break it. The other elements often used in electric circuit are resistor or fixed resistance wire. Resistor offer resistance to the flow of current in a circuit. It is made up of metallic alloys such as nichrome, manganese, tungsten, constantan, etc. A resistor is represented by the zigzag line. Two thick dots at the end indicate the brace terminals, from where the resistance wire is stretched. Resistors help in controlling the amount of current flow in a circuit. Variable resistance. The resistance that can be changed in magnitude as per the requirement is called variable resistance. Variable resistance is of two types as first, resistor. In this type of variable resistance, the magnitude can be changed, but the extent of magnitude is not shown. Second, resistance box. The changed magnitude of the resistance is known galvanometer. Galvanometer is a device which is used to detect the flow of electric current in a circuit. Ammeter. The magnitude of current flowing in a circuit can be measured by a device called ammeter. Even a very small current can be measured by using milliammeter. Voltmeter. It helps in measuring the electric potential between two known points. This electric potential is measured in volts V. DC generator. It is an electric device which converts mechanical energy into direct current. DC. AC generator. An electric device which currents mechanical energy into alternating current AC. Circuit diagrams. Before performing any experiment on electricity, it is essential that we make a circuit diagram for the experiment. A simple circuit consists of a source of electric current, cell or a battery, a device like a bulb, an off-on switch called key to open or close the circuit, and connecting wires. An electric circuit is shown below. However, it is not always easy to draw the elements of circuits like bulb, battery and key, etc. These electric components are shown by symbols. A symbolic electric circuit are the actual connections are shown below. Conductors and non-conductors. Circuit diagram. The electric current flows from its source through the conducting materials. Only a material is said to be a good conductor of electricity if it allows electric current to flow or pass easily through it. For example, the metals like iron, copper, aluminium in their solid state or salt solution, acidic solution, alkali solution, water, etc. are good conductors of electricity. The materials through which electricity cannot pass or flow easily are known as bad conductors of electricity. For example, plastics, wood, rubber, paper, wax, etc. are all bad conductors of electricity. The bad conductors of electricity are also called insulators. Uses of conductors and insulators. Conductors and insulators both are actually important for us. Conductors are used to let electricity flow in a circuit from one point to another. These conducting wires, if touched accidentally, may give an electric shock. These electric shock are very dangerous. To prevent this shock, current-carrying metal wires are connected with plastic coating which works as an insulator. This insulator acts as a safety device to save from shock and even electric fire. You have seen the instruments like screwdriver, piler, tester, etc. used by electricians are covered with insulating materials. The insulating coverings make it easy to handle these devices without getting any shock. Remember that your body is also a conductor of electricity. Thus, we must be very careful while handling electrical instruments. We should never attempt to experiment with the electric wires and shocks also. Keep in mind that the electricity generated by portable generators is equally dangerous. Therefore, use only electric cells for all activities related to electric resistance. We have studied that conductors are those that allow electric current to pass through them. However, all conductors do not allow electric current to pass through with the same ease. For example, silver, copper and nickel are all good conductors, but of these, silver is the best conductor. Copper is better than nickel but not as good as silver. It allows passage of current more easily as compared to nickel. So, we see that nickel offers more resistance than copper and copper offers more resistance than silver. Hence, we can define resistance as the quality of a conductor that opposes the flow of electric current. The more resistance a conductor offers, less is the amount of current that passes through it. Circuits in series and parallel. Various electric components and devices can be connected in two ways, namely in series and in parallel as shown. The characteristics of a circuit in series are all the electrical appliances work simultaneously. It means all the bulbs and lights will work simultaneously. If one appliance is switched off or goes out of order, no other appliances work. It means you cannot switch off a fan or light of your house, as all other appliances in house will also stop working immediately on switching off any of the appliances in house. Different appliances share the applied voltage and so none of them works to its optimum capacity. This means a tube light or a bulb will not give light equal to its rated wattage. It will give less light, or fan will revolve with slow speed. The characteristics of a circuit in parallel, all the elements appliances work independently. If one appliance is switched off or goes out of order, other appliances continue to work. Some voltage is available to all the appliances and they work at their full capacity. The electric connections in our homes are in parallel. The wiring is done in the form of a large ring called ring system. The main advantage of the ring system is that electrical supply can be made available at any point in the house. Since the circuit is in parallel, all the appliances work independently of each other. A sketch diagram of ring system is given below. Summary: a magnet has the property of attracting iron pieces. A magnet always has two poles, North Pole and South Pole. A freely suspended magnet always points in north-south direction. This is called the directive property of a magnet. Like poles repel and unlike poles attract each other. Magnetic poles always exist in pairs. Isolated poles do not exist. Repulsion is the sure test of magnetism. The area around a magnet where it exerts magnetic force is called its magnetic field. A magnetic compass is an instrument used mostly by sailors to find the directions. When a current flows through a conductor, a magnetic field is created around it. When electric current is passed through a coil around an iron core, it acts as a magnet and is called electromagnet. The strength of electromagnet depends upon the number of turns of the coil and the amount of current passing through it. Electromagnets are used in electric bulbs, electric motors, electric fans, etc. Electricity is a form of energy. For changes to flow, two ends of a conductor should be at different potential. Electric current is flow to change through a conductor. Electricity moves in a closed path called an electric circuit. An electric circuit usually consists of a cell, a key, and electrical appliances and connecting wires. The materials which allow the current to flow through them are called conductors. The material which do not allow to flow the current through them are called insulators. Resistance is the opposition offered by a conductor to the flow of electric current.